What's up, guys? The NHL is officially coming back for the 2020-2021 season. Now we know some of the important things about this season. For example, the first game of the season is going to be played on January 13th. It's going to be a 56-game season. And yeah, things like the trade deadline, regular season end, the playoffs, the end of the playoffs, the expansion draft, and everything have been delayed by about a month. So the trade deadline will be on April 12th. The end of the regular season will be on May 8th. The final game of the playoff, like the maximum it can go to, is July 15th. The expansion draft, the Seattle draft, is going to be on July 21st. So like about a week after the end of the playoffs. The NHL draft is going to be on July 23rd and 24th. And the free agent frenzy is going to start on July 28th instead of the 1st. And all of this is like kind of compressed so we can have a normal 2021-2022 season that starts in October like usual. The training camp will have 36 players from each team competing for spots. Also, something to note is that players on teams that did not make the playoff have until December 24th to opt out of the season, and players whose team did make the playoff have until December 27th to opt out. So until December 27th, we won't know who's participating in the training camps, but from what I know now, I think Oscar Clefbaum has opted out, and like he's the biggest name I've seen that opted out so far, but we don't know for sure who's gonna play this year. But good news for these teams, or bad news, depends if it's a bad contract or not. But teams have the options to carry over the contract of a player who opted out. So instead of the contract ending in like 2021, the contract would end in 2022 if this player does not play for this season. There's a lot more things I haven't been able to find, like a lot of the security details or like the player safety stuff. I haven't looked into that much yet. Guessing it has changed a lot. Something else we don't know yet is if all the Canadian teams are going to play in their home arena yet. There's a lot of talk that provinces like BC, Ontario, and Quebec are still in really deep lockdown and still have heavy restrictions. So it's going to be hard for the NHL to let them play there. So like teams like Ottawa, Toronto, Montreal, and Vancouver might start on the road. That's gonna be difficult to do because that's kind of like half the division that has to start on the road or like play a lot of their games there. I'm guessing most teams will play like in Alberta and in Winnipeg for the beginning of the season. All right. We also have these new divisions. So like the all new Canadian division with all the Canadian team is called the North Division, and the West Division is gonna be Anaheim, Arizona, Colorado, Los Angeles, Minnesota, San Jose, St. Louis, and Vegas. So like these southwestern teams mostly. The Central Division is gonna be Carolina, Chicago, Columbus, Dallas, Detroit, Florida, Nashville, and Tampa. And then the East Division is gonna be all these teams in the northeast of the United States. So all of these teams in the West, Central, and East are gonna play each other 8 times during the season. And the teams in the North Division, the Canadian teams, are going to play each other 9 to 10 times during this season. So this should ignite like these Montreal-Toronto rivalry. The Battle of Alberta is going to be explosive this year. I'm guessing Vancouver and the Alberta teams are going to have some beef at the end of the year. Yeah, so this should be a really interesting season. And the last thing I want to talk about is the new playoff format. So since the divisions are kind of messed up and like the Canadian teams can't compete against the United States teams because of the Canadian restrictions, the new playoff format is going to be the top 4 teams from each division are going to compete in like this mini tournament. So like the first seed is going to play the 4th seed, the second seed versus the 3rd seed. And then the winner of both of these games is going to advance to like this division final. And the winner of this division final is going to go to the conference final, or like the semifinals, which is going to be like the top team from each division. And then these teams are seeded based on their points that they had during the regular season. Yeah, so that would mean that the first seed doesn't matter like their division. If they had the most point, they would be first seed, and that's how they're seeded in this semifinal. And then the first seed is going to play the fourth seed, second seed plays the third seed, and the winner of both of these games are going to compete in the Stanley Cup Finals. Yeah, that's about all I got for you guys today. If there's more news, I'll let you know. Yeah, thanks for watching. Yeah.